Hi, hello, and welcome to my review of this year, this time in albums. I already made one video about me recapping 2023, but that was the worst movies of the year. And this is going to be my favorite albums of the year. Again, I don't listen to a lot of albums. And when there's an album that I like to listen to, it's mostly just because a few songs that I like from it are really good. And I thought about not doing a separate video for my favorite albums, because that's also what I did for my 2022 and 2021 songs ranked video. I just included them. And yeah, I thought this time I'll make a separate video because why not? Also, I am now ranking these albums because why not? I think it's just a lot more fun to see at least what my favorite album of the year is. I'm still kind of mad that I didn't do this with the other 2 years that I've made this song review thing. I have 20 albums on this list, just 20 liked albums. I'm not going to make a worst albums of the year list because I genuinely don't have any. If I listen to something that's not my thing, it's simply just not my thing. Which is also why I'm not going to do a worst songs of the year list. Starting off with my number 20, it's just a very fun and dumb, stupid club banger rap album or rap mixtape called Süchtig Tape by Jindo, who is a German female rapper. It's really nothing special, but it's a lot of fun, I have to say.
Ich inhaliere die Chemie, man sagt Drogen sind tödlich, warum passiert mir das nie? Ich will das Leben ist ein Game und ich bin der mit die Nase ist taub. Schmeckt nach Benzin, du kommst nicht klar, du willst mehr Blut.
My number 19 is the new Logic album, College Park. I did enjoy this. I don't think it's perfect at all. I think it has a lot of problems. It's far from my favorite thing that Logic has ever done. Also, there's a lot of skits that are just annoying and that sound really bad. The voice acting is so just bad in these skits. And also, there's one of my least favorite moments of music in general this year is the song called Self Medication. Mostly just because the song is really, really good, but he has one of the worst hooks ever I've listened to. It feels like such a big disappointment when I listen to a song that I really like and then it just completely ruins it with the hook. But it's still a nice album, good vibes. Logic does what he does best, and so yeah.
You know when you know it's a good day, yeah. When the vibes is right, chilling with the homies trying to dodge the play. I've been trying to drink less, but I feel like when I drink I'm at my best.
Next is an album, my number 18 spot, that I didn't really expect at all. Ameer, Vann and Merlyn making an album together. 10 songs, good songs, some okay songs. It doesn't really there's not really a lot to say about it. It's just decent, really decent. But in general, just these two teaming up together is something that I did not expect to turn out very well, especially because I really think that Merlyn is one of the best parts about Brockhampton and Ameer was one of the worst parts about Brockhampton. Or just okay parts about Brockhampton. But it really works.
I've been tweaking, been thinking about getting high today. We're sick of running from something. Everybody get free. The illest rapper ever, yeah. That's who I am. I done everything to do, yeah, except dying.
Number 17, Aggu, Denk, drüber, nach. This is a German pop rap fusion thing that is really just very enjoyable to listen to. What the guy does best is basically have a very monotonous voice, but very smart wordplay, and he combines this with very upbeat and fun instrumentals, which is very fun to listen to. He does get very stale whenever he tries to make a very heartfelt song, or when he just tries to make a slow song, because what makes the balance in his songs is when it's these very upbeat instrumentals with this boring voice, but when he just has a boring voice and a boring instrumental, it doesn't really work, but it's still fun to listen to.
Aggu, sie hat mich heiß gemacht wie ein Herd, wo du lebst. Mietfrei in meinem Kopf, dann auf die After. Schoki nimmt mich mit, guter Trick.
Number 16, just another very enjoyable pop rap fusion album from Germany called XV by RAF Camora.
Dich nachts in meiner Zukunft.
Number 15 is KAYTRAMINE with their self-titled album KAYTRAMINE. This is just 30 minutes of nice, chill, summer rap music that I just enjoy listening to. I wish the songs would be a little bit more, creative, colorful, because sometimes the songs do get stale or are just not as fun to listen to. But even the worst songs on this album are still enjoyable and not bad at all.
Wildin', but I'm thinking I'm good. I'm sipping on my sauce, but I'm smoking it's good. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Next one is Doja Cat with Scarlet. This year I made basically a deep dive listening to everything that she has on Spotify, and I just keep enjoying her more and more. And this song is basically her doing more rap. When I made my 2021 best songs video, I had Women as my favorite song of that year, and I still feel that way. I love when she makes pop music but like adds her rapping to it, and this is exactly that, but even more rapping. I do think that not every song is an absolute banger, but no song is bad either. Like, I enjoy listening to every single song of this album. It's basically a mix of her making love songs and her making songs about fuck everybody, and it's great.
Fuck the girl. Every region, every city, the whole damn world stays saying fuck the girl. Dishes on my ass, still I'm thicker than some oatmeal.
Next one is Gorillaz with Cracker Island. This is basically a very melancholic summer vacation. The songs themselves sound kind of nice, but they are not truly happy either. It's just this very sad mix. And I do have to say that I needed some time to get used to this album, or generally the songs on this album, because sometimes they are a little bit dull. But for the most part, they are really enjoyable. And the deluxe edition as well has a lot of nice songs. I really feel like old Gorillaz.
On Cracker Island it was born. Hills coming in its knees.
Number 13 is Dumb Boys Fishing Club with Wrecked. After Brockhampton broke up, everybody just started making like solo stuff, and I tried to pay attention to every single thing that like they did. And one day a song called Skeleton Town was recommended to me, where Merlyn was a feature, and I listened to it and I really liked it. And then I listened to another song where he was, I think, also featured, and I also really liked it. And then I just ended up really loving the whole album. I don't know who Dumb Boys Fishing Club are, because this is literally the only thing that they have on Spotify, and I haven't really like looked at what they did otherwise maybe. But whatever this is, I hope there is more of it. I don't even know what genre this is. It's really a, I don't want to say pop rap fusion again, but it's that again.
Come and jump on for board with us. Spread your wings and you'll fly. Oh snap, tit for tat, caught us in her booby trap. Get down, you're feeling us, come and turn up the sound.
Number 11, not quite my top 10, but still very good, is Jessie Ware with That Feels Good. She just continues making like these very grand and epic disco songs that are just amazing to listen to. It's so amazing. I don't know how to quite describe how great some of the songs in this album are, but they are so unique and so different from each other, but also great and fit perfectly together. The title track basically and Shake the Bottle are two songs that I like actively dislike. I don't like listening to them, but everything else is so fucking amazing and so great. Listen to this, please. Okay. Top 10. I'm really, like, my voice is hurting, and I still need to record the best songs of the year video. I don't know if I'm going to do that today, but you know. Number 10 is Kevin Abstract with Blanket. I, again, really paid attention to everything that the Brockhampton members were doing this year, and this is a very interesting change of pace for him. He never really did something like this in the length that he did on this album. I think that he had a few songs like this on the Brockhampton stuff and also on his earlier solo stuff, but not really like this. And this has a wide range of different emotions and different like types of songs. It's very raw. It also, even though it is so much different than The Family, which is also a Brockhampton album, and an album that feels like it's more of a Kevin album because he is basically the only lyricist on the whole thing. And even though these two are so different from each other, they still kind of have the same feeling, and I don't know how to describe it, but maybe it's because it's the same artist, but you know, it's not really that.
My feet left the ground.
Next one is something that people might dislike me for, because I genuinely just hear a lot of negative things about this artist. Paula Carolina is a German artist, and she has been like popping up with her very big song this year called Schreien. And she also put out an EP called Heiß, Kalt, which is just 6 songs. Genuinely, I don't have anything to complain about. I love every song on his EP. I think it's a lot of fun. They are very catchy pop rock songs that I just cannot get enough of. And again, even though a lot of people seem to really dislike her, I don't really get why. I just enjoy her a lot. So moving on.
Häng doch die anderen an deine Wand an. Komm nicht näher zu mir. Die Straßen gehen.
My number 8 is Nand with Durch die Blume. This is, I don't know how to describe this better than just with saying this is a very pleasant album. It's just very pleasant to listen to, with very minimal sounds. I think the guy has a very warm and nice voice. Sometimes the lyrics are just very cute, I would even describe it. Also sometimes he just has instrumental tracks too. It's very interesting. I don't even know what genre this is, but you will hear it in the snippets that I play afterwards.
Mit dir allein, mit Küstenblick aufs Meer. Baby, bitte tanz mit mir durch die ganze Nacht.
My number 7 is actually Lil Yachty with Let's Start Here. This is so great. I did not expect this at all, and I don't think anybody did. Lil Yachty is an artist that I really don't care about for the most part. I don't think his music is that interesting. I just think it's basic and just sounds very unspecial, and he just puts out so much at a time. It feels like it's really not taking him any work. I don't know, I just think it sounds very basic and boring, and like there's not a lot of effort put into the music. But then he just came out with this, and I remember the specific time that I listened to this. I was driving my car somewhere, and I remember the sun shining into my car, and it was just a very freeing experience. I felt very free during that moment. Also because the music just blew me away so much. Like just the first song, The Black Seminole, is so amazing. And I did not expect this at all. Like these sounds to come from an artist that I cared so little about was really surprising. And it's kind of sad that this is basically the only thing that I really enjoy about him right now, because even after coming out with this album, he made songs again that sounded just like the songs he made before the album. And it's like such a weird thing in his discography that I love so much, but that just doesn't fit with anything else he did. And one thing I do have to say that is really interesting is that this album really is just an album that I like to listen to as an album. I wouldn't really pull a lot of different songs from it and just listen to them on their own. Drive Me Crazy, Running Out of Time, and The Black Seminole are 3 songs that I really love outside the album, but everything else just feels so perfectly fitting in this album and not really anywhere else. I think I fucked up the rating a little, but I don't know. Number 6 is Paramore with This Is Why. I don't know what to say. It's catchy, it sounds amazing, and I still haven't listened to anything else that Paramore has done otherwise. Even though I see that they have a lot of streams and that they've been basically very, very popular for a very long time already, I haven't listened to any of it. And I think I'm just going to be mind blown to listen to all of their very popular songs and realize, oh shit, that's Paramore. But I'm looking forward to that, I have to say, because this is really great. 10 tracks, very fun, very just catchy and memorable to listen to.
This is why I don't leave the house. I'm always running out of time. Big man.
Number 5. JPEGMAFIA and Danny Brown with Scaring the Hoes. This is an album I kind of had to get used to, which is not hard to understand why. A few songs of this I instantly loved. Scaring the Hoes, for example, the title track. Also the last song on this album, Where the Coke At, or Where You Get the Coke From. This song is so fucking crazy, and that's basically the whole album. Just because this album is so great, I made a playlist with every single JPEGMAFIA song so I can listen to everything this guy did, because this is so amazing, and it's every single song just creative ideas from front to back, things that I've never ever heard, like sounds that I don't know could have been produced and actually made to sound pleasant to my ears. It's amazing, and I wouldn't describe this album as pleasant either. It's very in your face and just can be very annoying. And I do have to say this also the one rap album where I listened the least to the lyrics themselves. It feels like the lyrics are really not that important on this album, because just like someone talking about anything on this album could have worked, because the instrumentals are so amazing and so great and so, I don't know how to describe it. Moving on. Saying this was unexpected is an understatement. I started listening to Olivia Rodrigo in this year, and she has a few good songs off her old album, and that's basically it. I like what she did there, but I wouldn't listen to the whole album again. But this is just banger after banger after banger. Then we have a slow ballad of a song, and then we have another banger, and it's so much fun. Just singing along with these songs is some of the most fun I have listening to music this year.
Lazy, oh lazy.
Number 3, another German album that I just loved listening to. Apache 207, Gartenstadt, is a German pop rap album that has, again, just bangers after bangers after bangers and after bangers. It never stops really with this guy. It feels like the sound that he has with his songs could be very stale already, but it just doesn't. Because it seems like he's just getting better and better and better with every single song that he does. And even though some of the songs on this album wouldn't rank above my like highest and favorite songs ever of him, they are still really, really good. Really, really, really good. Apache is really one of the most consistent pop artists I know, especially from Germany, because I genuinely don't like to listen to German music that much. But the guy just does it every single time, and he goes so easily from like very serious topics, very sad topics, and then to very just memorable, fun pop music bangers that are just catchy as fuck. And this time it's actually pretty interesting as well that he manages to make songs that are not really sounding like they're appealing for radios, but they're just good. And I like that. Mainly a song called Schimmel in der Villa is a song that is like, it doesn't sound like this is trying to appeal to anyone who wants to sing along to it and have fun with it. It's just trying to be a good song, and I like that he's like making that transition now.
Was soll der Schimmel in der Riesenvilla?
Okay. Number 2 is Slow Time with Ugly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm genuinely worried when listening to this music. I don't. This feels like the deepest and darkest insight that I can have into the mind of a person, and I can't help but sing along with it. Some of the songs on this album are really catchy. They do have a lot more like rock-oriented instrumentals on this album. Why do I say they? It's just Slow Time, but you know, the album is a lot more rock-oriented than what he did previously, which was a lot more rap. But there's also a lot of songs that are not catchy at all, that are just like they just sound mean and like really dark and highly emotional, and I feel so uneasy listening to this in the best way possible. Really, it's definitely a statement. Talking about this album is really difficult, and I think it's very difficult to recommend this. It feels like sad music is getting really popular now, or not now, but it's been getting popular for a long time already. But I feel like with very popular artists like Lil Peep or Juice WRLD, that very sad and melancholic music is very popular now. But I feel like these artists actually make their music sound very appealing as well, and still like good to listen to. But sometimes Slow Time just doesn't give a fuck. Especially on the last or second to last track called Tourniquet. He doesn't give a fuck. It's just sad and really, really difficult to listen to, but really good. Maybe the reason for why I don't have this on my first spot is simply because I don't enjoy listening to it as much as I would listen to my number 1 spot.
More coke, more weed, more ease, more drip, more ease. I will give everything for a smile. For fuck's sake! What's funny? What's funny?
And my number one spot is like one of 2 album reviews that I did this year. One of them was not even an album that came out this year, so I think it's like if someone is there who watched that review and who also watches this video, it should be pretty easy to know what my number one favorite album of the year is. Peter Fox, Love Songs, is a great album. The guy is part of a band that made great music. He came onto the scene in 2007 and made a solo album, which is one of the best albums in general. It's amazing. And then he just stops making solo music and comes back in 2023 with like another solo album that is also one of the best albums. And I just love it so much. First of all, because it's also just so unique, especially in comparison to the other album he did, because that album was just so pessimistic and so critical of everything and so angry and dark. And now he comes onto the scene and makes a happy album with happy songs, which he did before, but you know, it's still like he just tries to make positive messages with his songs this time around, which is such a nice change of pace. It really feels like I just needed this because the last few years haven't been that nice, and it feels like this was just needed, like a guy just coming on and making good music to vibe to and to like have good messages with. And it feels like even the songs that are kind of critical about something, that are expressing some type of unhappiness, they still try to find the good in this whole mess of things right now. And also it's just such a big change of pace in its sound, because even everything that he did with his band Seed and in his solo stuff sounds so completely different. He has like maybe a few songs that sound like everything he did on this album, and it suits him so well. I didn't expect him to have a sound like this and make it work so well. I don't know what else to say. This album was just very great, one of the best things to listen to, and I know exactly what I get from listening to it. And even though I enjoy it so much, it feels like I can't stop getting very emotional listening to all of these songs. With every single song just beating the next one at being like the best song that Peter Fox has done. I will leave it at that.
Alle mal schwarz, ich seh die Zukunft pink, wenn du mich fragst, wird alles gut, mein Kind.
Oder hat genauso Moves, ey.
If you did listen to any of these albums, maybe like write your opinion down in the comments. I'm kind of interested in what people are thinking about this, because yeah, I don't know. If you're interested in everything else that I'm ranking about 2023, maybe go watch the video I already uploaded about the worst movies of 2023, and maybe subscribe so you won't miss everything that is coming this week and next week about the best movies, the best TV shows, and also the best songs of 2023. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you guys next time.